For that now, the annual AMCHAM Business Summit is taking place in Nairobi today and tomorrow. And the goal of the event is to strengthen trade and investment between US and East Africa. Let us now talk to our reporter, Noah Kipkemboi, who is attending that event. Noah, good afternoon. Tell us more about what is happening there and what do we expect?
Well, good afternoon, Kevin. Quite an interesting event right here, just making sure that investors from the United States of America are getting the opportunities to invest in the country and knowing of those opportunities. Because one of the challenges with investment, most of the times, is just lack of knowledge. People don't know the potential and the opportunities therein. That's why we are here. And plenty of places here. We can see a lot of setup, different organizations just showcasing what they do. We have USAID right there. We have CT and whatnot. We have some people from the energy sector. But at this particular moment, I'd like to quickly engage Wayne Hennessy, who's the CEO, actually, of 4G Capital. Talk about this, not about per se, 4G network coverage, but it's about providing capital to the much needed segment. Mr. Wayne, thank you very much for joining us on KTN News. For starters, you see that this particular product is lending to Mama Mboga.
It is. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. We do last mile financing for Mama Mboga, small duka owners, and embedded financing for distributors to retailers so that business can grow.
Definitely. And looking at American companies setting a foothold in the local company, you have done it. You're telling me you just recently got your license to operate here. Are there any challenges that maybe we need to get to make it easier for investment in Kenya?
Well, Kenya is an amazing place to do business. We're a proud Kenyan company, but with American investors, and so that's a great way to reach across the ocean. The opportunity here is huge. It's a very pro-business environment. We are looking at issues with the tax and the excise tax for digital lenders. That's quite difficult. That's a 20% tax on all revenue, and that makes things very difficult.
Taxation regime. I know people have spoken about a tax policy, predictable taxation, which is very critical. But in regards to extending credit to this micro and small businesses, I mean, there's so many players right there. What sets you apart?
Well, it's a great place. There's a lot of innovation. What makes us different is that we provide the business training as well as the credit. So we will lend almost immediately to a good small business and then provide them with the knowledge so they get the ways and the means to succeed.
Thank you very much, Wayne. I appreciate our CEO, 4G Capital. But apart from that also, Calvin, before I hand it over to you, there's just something interesting. It looks like a huge fridge here, but it's called Cocoa Point, and this is from Cocoa Capital. They do Cocoa Networks, rather. They do quite some interesting innovation right here. And I know Nyakundi, you're one of the people who loves cooking, big time. So these will serve you well. It's not just a normal cook, but it's clean energy. They make sure that the energy is super clean to make sure that, we are creating sustainable businesses. And I was just chatting up with part of the Cocoa team. They're saying they're looking to scale this up because right now investors are looking for sustainable investment, and energy is one of them. In fact, this is sort of the fuel for this year, and you have liters right there. So Nyakundi, quite a lot happening right here at AMCHAM Business Summit 2023, and there I have my energy. Back to you in studio.
Right, thank you so much, Noah, for joining us and showing us some of the exhibitions that are there and what we expect even as the summit continues tomorrow. Right, now, let us now get to the conversation of the day. We've seen what the exhibitions that are happening, and also with me joining